Valedictorian, Miss Audrey Moody.
As introduced, I am Audrey Moody, and I have the honor of being this year's valedictorian, or as my grandfather likes to say, the valedictator. I'm also the completion of a dynasty, the third and final Moody sister valedictorian to valedictate. Before I share my profound 18-year-old wisdom, I want to take a moment and bring us full circle to something we learned in kindergarten. My ABCs of appreciation. A is for the administration. Alongside of the school board, you have kept us safe and empowered us to learn. Thank you. B is for Brown. I came into high school intimidated by you, and I am leaving even more intimidated by you. I am absolutely appreciative to have spent 4 years in the school you rule. C is for the counselors, Mrs. McLeod and Mrs. Coates. Thank you for seeing me to answer all of my questions and working hard to keep our senior class together. D is for the teachers. You are the bomb. Thank you for being there for your students day after day, despite what may be happening outside of the classroom. Mrs. Goldsby, I will forever recommend you to others, even if I have to face the scary timed rights. Thank you for being such a light in the hallways. Mrs. Gigliotta, you never fail to make me feel respected and, most importantly, appreciated. Thank you for making my NHS goals possible. Mrs. Bain, my theater family is near and dear to me. Thank you for 3 years of one-act play. Mrs. Fortenberry, Mrs. Williams, and Mrs. Boyd, you all have such kind and loving dispositions. Thank you for time well spent. Mrs. West, Mrs. Lee, and Mrs. Key, your voices will forever ring in the rooms in my house from the amount of videos I had to watch. Truly, if I'm ever in a bind, I'll just reflect back to a squared plus b squared equals c squared and the derivative chain theory. That will get me out of trouble. Thank you. E is for everyone else. To all the people who supported me, encouraged me, and made our high school experience worth remembering. While there are too many dear friends and teachers to name, please know you were a blessing. Thank you. Like I alluded to before, I am the third daughter in an overachieving family. You can probably imagine the amount of pressure I grew up with. I've always looked up to them in all. In doing so, however, I placed myself in a trap that I am sure we are all familiar with in some shape or form. And that trap is summarized in 7 words. I cannot change who I am. I often think about Mr. Brown's ID policy. Every day in high school, we had a picture hanging around our neck, telling everyone else exactly who we are and reminding us. Some of us hated those photos. Ugh. Some of us took them way too seriously. Some of us forgot them every single day and had to pay the price. But what always stood out to me was this. No matter what happened in our lives, what pain we carried, or what lies ahead, we still had an identity attached to us. But does our ID give us an identity? Is identity something so quickly taken away? True identity is something not so easily lost, but nor is it something so set in stone. And so class of 2026, I have something for everyone here to consider. Now is the time to reinvent yourselves. Some of you walked into the Hardin Jefferson halls carrying labels, identities no one else could see. Too loud, too quiet, too different, too similar, too much, too little. But despite what the world tries to tell us, our identity has never depended on the roles and traps we fall into. It is a choice you make every day in defining yourself. For me, that foundation came through my faith, my family, and this community. God says I am fearfully and wonderfully made, loved before accomplishment, known before success. Ephesians 2:10 says that we are God's masterpiece, created with purpose long before we ever accomplished anything on our own. And yet, before a perfect God, I am imperfect. It is only through Jesus' life, death, and resurrection that we are offered forgiveness, grace, and a relationship with God that no achievement could ever earn. And if that is true for me, then it is true for every single person sitting in this room. No title, award, ranking, or opinion from others could ever determine our value more than the one who created us. Our worth is secure. Our identity, however, is ever growing. Yes, I am a child of God. I am a sister. I am a theater and a chess, taffy, and 4-H president. But I will soon be an Aggie, a freshman, again, and an adult. Parts of identity is meant to change because we are meant to change. Sometimes identity shifts naturally. Other times, we must choose to put in the work and make the change in ourselves. No one else became a run-in by announcing it. You set your sights on who you want to be, and then you become it. It takes grit, and it takes grace from yourself and others. I had to practice my monologue before getting the part, study hard before acing tests, and exercise my horse before winning the saddle. And so, welcome to your identity renaissance. No one here is bound by who they have been. Embrace the new beginnings, dream new dreams, and use this time to move past your old hurts, habits, and hangups, even if you don't always get it right. After all, sometimes a hypocrite is a person who is just beginning to change. I wish to finish with the way I began, with gratitude. After all, my identity has been written by the people who loves me the most. To my family, thank you for being my constant source of strength and support. Dad, you pushed me through hard growing season. My faith in God has been wholeheartedly solidified by watching your example. And I would not be the person I am today without your caring attention. I know that if I'm ever in need help, you will be right there. Mom, your favorite saying, "A lady is never out of place," has often played through my mind. So, I will put on my mascara, wear my lipstick, and as Gran liked to say, brush on my rouge as I give encouraging words to everyone I meet. I have learned the meaning of service, sacrifice, and selflessness through your example. Thank God I got your hair and not Dad's. Whitney, while there is no better role model I would have chosen, even though I am taller than you, I will never cease looking up at you and your huge muscles. I love you, even though you call me a pookie wookie snookers-doodle. Trinity, oh, how I have missed you in high school. I cannot wait to spend the next 2 years with you, our 2 dogs, matching horses, and 1 roommate who will quickly learn that it is no longer their duplex. In your own speech, you said, "We will be separated for a time." And honestly, enough was enough. And Olivia, while you are not blood, I will still call you my sister. I will always be 1 phone call away, so never hesitate. My last message is simple. 2 wise sisters once said, "A wise man values what is most valuable." You are valuable, and your identity is valuable. And so, as we enter the real world without high school IDs, I must say, thank you, God bless you all, and goodbye, class of 2026.